Folks, how are you doing? It is Friday night. So once again, I'm late. But it's okay. Today's intentional. I knew that there was going to be some activity that was happening today, and I thought, well, I'm going to wait until after the ride and report on it because I want to make sure that I actually get it done. So today I had planned on doing a little bit of work online, which I do. And then I wanted to go out and really kind of attack a bicycle ride today. Now, folks, you know that I talk a lot about physical fitness leads to physical fitness and all of this, but I also talk about leadership and goal setting and key performance indicators in regards to business, right? But I honestly believe that you're only going to succeed as much as your body will allow you to. You know, I think of this guy who's pretty well known in the automotive industry named Brian Benstock. Brian Benstock, and in fact, if you're watching the replay here on LinkedIn, I'll probably tag him in this video so you can find him. Basically a genius in the car business, runs a Honda dealership in New York. They're really big with pickup and delivery. He's been really mobile through this whole, by mobile, I mean on his feet, right? He's been able to make quick decisions through the COVID process. And he's done some phenomenal things, but he has a very strong sense of physical fitness leads to physical fitness in his own life. And it's amazing to me because I keep running into these people now, people that have success that fall into this category. And it's been one that's intrigued me for years. One of these days, I'll have to see if I can get Brian on a podcast with me for Mañana. But anyway, I did a ride today. It was 60 miles. I wanted to make sure that I didn't just finish the Stop Soldier Suicide effort, right? That was a 250-mile commitment that I made to ride my mountain bike this month. And I didn't want to just do the 250 miles, especially because my mountain bike had to go into the shop. And so the last couple of rides of the month that I did were road bike rides. And so, and just so you know, riding a road bike for distance is a lot easier than riding a mountain bike for distance. And so I was like, well, I got to go more than 250 miles. So today I left, did about 60 miles. And you know what? We can do this. I'll go ahead and share my screen with you, and I'll show you the pictures from today. Today, when I did it, I took a ride south. So I left Corona, California. I went to Lake Elsinore. When I left my house, it was high 90s, right? I get down to Lake Elsinore down here, and it's 104, 105, something like that. It's hot. It's really hot. And you'll notice on the bike here, I've got 2 water bottles, right? So I've got 2 water bottles, and I've got some snacks in this bag right here. So that keeps me from having to keep anything on my back, right? What I've noticed with my road biking and mountain biking, for that matter, is when I load myself down with camelbacks and backpacks and all this stuff, it becomes burdensome to me and very uncomfortable at the end of the ride. So I've bought some packs that fit on the bike and hold the stuff that I need to hold. In fact, my phone is in here, and then I have a Bluetooth headset that goes up here for the bone conducted headphones. So this is a resort that's down at Lake Elsinore that's been shut down for a long time. It's up for sale. You can see, again, like I said, it was 104 degrees. And then 93 was when I left the house. Okay. And I was going the wrong way. You'll see here, when I got down to the beach, which is right around the corner from where that building was, the temperature had jumped up to 109. So 109 degrees. And then I just continued to do the ride and was continuing to mount things up. This is a BMX park that's in Lake Elsinore. I actually drive my son to this park, so I knew it was here, and I knew I'd be able to find some shade and rest a little bit. This was at 27 miles into the ride, and then ended up doing 58 by the time I got back to the house, and I was pretty well wore out by the time I got back to the house. But I enjoyed it. I finished the challenge, got the post up on the page, and it was good. On top of that success, we've got a couple of new dealerships that are looking to join the Power Sport Academy this week. And that to me is such a reward. it took a while for people to really understand what it was that I was doing with the Power Sport Academy. And I'll be honest with you, I had to change some of my messaging a little bit because I thought I'm a pretty good communicator. What am I missing here? But the last couple of promotional pieces that I've made for the Power Sport Academy seem to do a much better job of being like, this is not OEM training. This is dealer specific training for your business. And for people that think that they don't need the training, there's obviously gentle ways to tell people that, hey, these are the opportunities you're leaving on the table. Let's bring this in. And we've got a 30-day money back guarantee on anything they spend with us anyway. So, if they got the people in and for some reason people didn't adapt to it or didn't do well or whatever, they can always back out. So super stoked they're adding some people to that because it's the momentum, right? It's picking up that momentum. Our client in San Francisco is doing great. Haven't heard from the client in Florida recently. That's okay. They're still on the books. And we've got that other contract that's starting up next week. So things are moving right along. And again, I'm going to mention the word momentum. If you read the 21 Irrefutable Laws by John Maxwell will tell you that one of the irrefutable laws is momentum. And when you have momentum, don't pull back, right? People are so tempted to go, oh, I've got a little success. Or they'll say, oh my goodness, what are we going to do if this really takes off? We got to be careful. That's the worst thing you can do. When you have momentum, push. When you have momentum, you go. Just keep going. If I get in over my head, I can call somebody. I've got lots of friends. I've got lots of people in my network. If I get in over my head, I can get help. I would much rather have so much business that I need to hire help rather than struggling to find business, right? So I really just want to shout it out. Brian Benstock's the bomb. If you're not following him and you're watching the replay on LinkedIn right now, follow Brian Benstock. The other thing is I want to give a shout out to Andrew S. Oakes. He's invited me to see his Toastmaster speech tomorrow. So I'm going to sign in bright and early. I've already set my alarm. In fact, since the ride, I'm drinking water, not that whiskey glass you saw last night. And I'm drinking water, and I'll see Andrew in the morning. He's presenting on the East Coast, so it's pretty early on West Coast time. So there's that. Let me talk to you about the ride, the effect of the ride. So it's 109 degrees down in Lake Elsinore, generally over 100 for the whole ride, all 58 miles, right? When I weighed myself, now I drank, you saw the water bottles on the bike. I drank 8 water bottles on this trip, 8. So I'd stop at gas stations and refill them, right? And so 8 water bottles, that's a lot of fluid. When I got home this afternoon and weighed myself, I was 6.5 pounds lighter than when I left for the ride. Now, this is going to sound disgusting, but I don't think there's a clogged pore on my body right now because apparently I was able to sweat out like 1.7 or 1.8 pounds, not pounds, 1.7 to 1.8 gallons of sweat. Water's what it's 8 pounds a gallon, right? So if I drank all those water bottles in the process, so if I woke up this morning, I weighed myself, and then I had coffee, and I had a thing of water, and then I had 8 more water bottles, and then I weighed myself, and I was 6.5 pounds lighter. Part of me thinks it's pretty cool, and the other part of me is like, that's disgusting. But whether you think it's disgusting or cool, hydrating and taking care of yourself is super important. I had hydration drinks with me. I stopped for a sweet iced tea on the way back. Those of you that aren't aware, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, sweet iced tea. Those are great recovery drinks when you're getting hot and tired on a long ride. In fact, when you do a century ride, usually at the 80-mile mark, there'll be a sag stop. And that sag stop is where they give you cookies, muffins, um, candy, some places, and usually little Dixie cups full of Coca-Cola. And when you drink the soda, it's like instant recovery. It goes right in, all that sugar goes right into your system, and you can finish. And then you can pass out at your truck when you're loading back up again. But it's a great, great time today. Great ride. I feel really good to get that monkey off my back, get done a day early on the Stop Soldier Suicide. For those of you that supported my ride this year, this is my first year on the Stop Soldier Suicide Challenge. And for those of you that supported that, we raised hundreds of dollars through the effort. I'm very thankful, very thankful. Again, it's not all about me, right? It's about the people we're helping. And so it's awesome. Now the next challenge, and you'll see emails come up about it. I'll be sending emails out, is the Great Cycle Challenge. This is my 4th year doing the Great Cycle Challenge. And that's for the month of September. You ride as many miles as you can. You raise money along the way. You build a team. Last year, we had like 8 riders on the Mañana team. So far this year, we got 4 already. So I'm looking to add riders to the team. And of course, we want to do some fundraising. And I would love to have a bigger impact with the Great Cycle Challenge this year than I had last year. It's a pride point, right? You always want to set the mark and then exceed the mark, right? Just like with Strava, you want to have a PR. Even in today's heat, I had over 10 PRs today in today's heat doing the road bike ride. So those are just KPIs, right? Tracking your goals and doing all that stuff. So folks, it's Friday. If you're watching this live, I'm sorry you didn't have something better to do. No, thank you. If you haven't already subscribed and hit the notification bell on YouTube, I wish you would. My next focus on YouTube is to get over 1,000 subscribers. So that'll open up some more options for Mañana to be able to broadcast from different areas. Like right now, I can't broadcast live with my phone out mobile doing things. I can only broadcast live when I'm going through my laptop and connected to Zoom. So you'll notice that some of my backgrounds and stuff like that aren't extravagant because I'm not real reliable away from my Wi-Fi at my house with my laptop. So folks, that's it in a nutshell. Have a great weekend. I love you. I check in with you all the time. You've seen that, I've been working and reading scripture and doing some stuff with the kids. I've got the kids and a book about the economy, real simple book about the economy. And each lesson is written on 2 pages. So what I do is I assign a lesson to my son and he reads that. And the next day after dinner, all of us sit together and he does a presentation on the lesson in economy that he just learned. So the lesson he presented tonight was, why is it important that property be private and not community? Why is having private property a good thing? And so he presented on that. Well, tomorrow, my daughter will have a subject. It's written on 2 pages. She'll take a subject about the economy. She'll read that, and then she will present her ideas about the content that she's read. And so for me, those are the things I wish people would have taught me before I got out of high school. And so that's why I want to make sure my kids are prepared. Like when they leave the nest here, they know how to cook, clean, do their laundry. They know how the economy works. They know how to grow a business. They know what it's like to be an entrepreneur and make videos at 10:30 at night. And, when it's time for them to fall in love and have a family, I want them to be connected because they fall in love and they want to have a family, not because they need someone to do their laundry, right? Because they know how to do that. So, folks,